Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Izuku became the empty one part 1. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see part 2, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story 𝗧𝗵𝗃 from Wattpad. So let's start the video. Izuku, a boy with many dreams. Crushed at the age of 4. I am sorry to say this, but your son is quirkless. He stared at him blankly. Quirkless, quirkless, quirkless. His mind is filled with the word quirkless. His mom grabbed his wrist and pushed him inside the car. He looked outside the window, almost crying. Why am I a quirkless? I wanted to be a hero. His mom was pissed at him and yelled. Why didn't you get a quirk, you bastard? No wonder Hisashi left us. He looked down and after some minutes, the car stopped. He looked outside and they arrived home. They walked inside, and after Izuku walked in, she locked the door. She started slapping and kicking him. Izuku started crying, not understanding what he did wrong. After some minutes, she started packing, as Izuku was on the ground, crying and in pain. Then he saw his mom, leaving with luggage. Mom, where are we going? She looked at his only son with a dirty look. You will stay here alone. Quirkless. He looked at her, wondering what did he do wrong to deserve this. Then she left. I wonder when mom will come. I will make her a surprise. Yeah, I will do that. He walked to the kitchen, got a knife, and started cutting some fruits. But since he was so weak and a kid 4 years old, he didn't cut it perfectly. He got a cut on his eye. He started bleeding and wanted to cry, but held inside. He cleaned the BLD and put on some bandages. Luckily, he didn't cut it too deep, so his eyesight is still normal. He walked to his room and opened the video with All Might, his idol. All Might starts saving everyone with a smile. But something made him cry. You can be a hero, no matter what. Can I be a hero? He started questioning himself. Then a video pop up. It was some people doing parkour. He looked at them with amazement. It was so cool, jumping around, like a bird flying around. At the age of 5, he started training his stamina and strength. He saw a video of how to train, so he wanted to train and tell his mom that he can be a hero, but she never came. At the age of 7, he was running around, and there were some villains attacking civilians. He got worried and screamed for help to the heroes. The villains looked at the kid and started laughing. Kid, do you think that heroes will come to save people here? Not a chance. Now go to hell. He pointed a gun at him, and he closed his eyes. Please, someone come. It was like a wish coming true. A hero came. And who was it? All Might itself. Don't worry. But because I am here. Haha. Then he knocked every villain out. Izuku looked at him with stars in his eyes. All Might looked at him and patted him. Did you yell for help, kid? If so, good work. He nodded fast and wanted an autograph. He already signed it. All Might, I have a question. He looked at him and nodded. See, can I be a hero? I am quirkless, and I am training to be strong. All Might looked at him sadly. Sorry, kid, you can't be a hero. A hero work, it's dangerous, and Izuku wasn't listening to him anymore. His dream got crushed completely, and his emotions were erased. All Might left him, and Izuku's eyes were not shining anymore. He walked to his home and got a bag. He put on some clothes and left when he was finished. He looked at his home again and wondered, why did I live here when Inko would never come home? He walked around and saw a girl getting bullied. He walked to them. Can you stop bullying her? They looked at him and laughed. What are you going to do, quirkless trash? He shrugged. They got pissed since Izuku was staying quiet. I will kill you. Then they started attacking him. Izuku was dodging easily. Their moves were so slow. Can you stop? I just said to stop bullying her, with hands on his pocket. Are you scared, quirkless trash? He shrugged again and looked at him with a glare. Am I? He ran towards them and kicked their stomach hard. They fell and he walked towards the girl. Are you okay? She nodded. Then he started leaving. Wait, see, can I know your name? Thank you for saving me. Izuku looked back at her and sighed. No. Go home. She was shocked. She didn't know why he acted like that. When he wanted to ask him again, he was nowhere to be found. The bullies were shaking and scared. He is a demon. Izuku walked towards the forest and started going deep inside. He wanted peace, no one to bother him, far from heroes and villains. He didn't care about them anymore. When he felt he got deep inside the forest enough, he stopped. He looked around, and there were only trees. He left the bag on the side of the tree and started training. He kept doing it until he felt hungry. Izuku closed his eyes and tried to find the noise. When he found one, he ran fast and found a hog. He started walking quietly with a knife in his hand and killed the hog. After he carried the hog to the place he started living, he started to cut it and make a fireplace. When he finished it, he started eating it, and it was slightly good. The night was coming, and he got water to drink. Izuku was looking around, where to build a house. He sighed and stood up. Someone was looking to Izuku, wondering what a kid doing here in the forest. "Who is there?" asked Izuku. The man tilted his head in confusion. How did he hear him? He got down and walked to the kid. "How did you find me?" Izuku shrugged and started leaving to his place. "Aren't you worried that I am a villain, kid?" He shrugged again and looked at him. "Do I look like I care? If you want to kill me, feel free to do so." Izuku kept walking, and for the man, he was shocked. What did he get through to act like that? The man kept following him, and he threw a knife near the kid. Izuku kept walking as he didn't care. "Why did you miss?" asked Izuku. The man was again shocked and walked to the kid. "I wanted to test you if you get scared or something." When he looked at Izuku, he looked at his eyes. His eyes were dead. "My name is Ezio, and I am an assassin." Izuku nodded and started introducing himself. "My name is Izuku, no last name, a quirkless trash kid, who got abandoned by mom and crushed dreams by All Might. Nice to meet you." "Geez, kid, how old are you?" He told his age, and Ezio was shocked. "You know, I am quirkless too, but it doesn't mean that you can't be a hero. With strength and speed, you can. Don't let them crush your dream." Izuku nodded as if he didn't care. "Can I go to sleep now? I'm tired." He walked to his place and put a blanket on the ground. He laid down and closed his eyes. "Why am I caring about him?" Ezio looked at him and sighed. He closed his eyes too, and both of them got to sleep. The morning came fast, and both of them were up. "Izuku, can you come here for a min?" He walked to Ezio and looked at him. "I want to adopt you and train you. But you need to kill people if needed. Will you do it?" "Kill people? I would kill bad people if they deserve it. Why should I leave them alive when they kill people as well?" Izuku nodded. "Train me since I will kill people if needed." Ezio nodded, and that's how the training started. I held training for 𝗧𝗵𝗲. After 6 years of training, Izuku is 13 years old. "Dad, I am 13 years old. Can I go to the city again now? I want to kill bad people." Ezio chuckled. "Yeah, sure, kid. Come with me, I will give you something." He nodded and followed his dad. They got to a place, like a shrine. It was a logo of the assassins. "Welcome to the Brotherhood, welcome to the Brotherhood. I made this place for assassins and I am the last one in the Brotherhood. Now 𝗧𝗵𝗲, will you join the Brotherhood?" Izuku nodded. "Then remove your clothes on the top." Izuku removed it and sat on the ground. Ezio got the logo heated up and put on Izuku's back. Izuku yelled for a bit, then he kept it inside the pane. Ezio removed it, and the logo was printed on his back. "Now you are part of the Brotherhood, and I have a gift for you." He got some clothes for me and some weapons. Izuku wore them and looked at the water. Izuku wore them and looked at the water. "Thank you, Dad. Are you wearing your assassin's clothes?" He nodded and he did it. "Are you wearing your assassin's clothes?" He nodded and he did it. "Let's go, Eagle." It was Izuku's code name. "Okay, Ezio." Ezio just has his name. They started running and jumping through the trees until they arrived in the city. "How long has it been since I last came here?" We were still hiding, and Izuku activated Eagle Vision. How did he get it? He trained with his dad for 6 years, and in Izuku's BLD, had the DNA of the first civilization, making him possible to learn Eagle Vision, a sixth sense. He looked around with the help of his eagle up there, and he pinpointed some places. Then he saw an accident. A slug villain was trying to kidnap someone, and the heroes didn't do anything. Let's go, Eagle. We need to save him. And don't worry about showing yourself up, the world needs to know who we are. Izuku nodded, and both of them ran fast. Heroes were yelling, the civilians were worried about the kid. Such fake heroes. Izuku jumped to the villain and stabbed them in his eye. The villain yelled and let the kids free. It was a girl and a boy. Everyone was shocked. Why didn't you save them, you so-called heroes? They were pissed and someone yelled at me. What do you think you are doing, villain? Izuku tilted his head in confusion. Villain? How am I a villain? You guys weren't moving to save those kids, and you are calling me a villain. How do you call yourselves heroes? The civilians were yelling at the heroes. That's true, why didn't you save them? Izuku looked at the kids and woke them up. Wake up, they woke up and looked at him. Are you two okay? They nodded. What's your name? My name is Katsuki Bakugo, and I am going to be a hero. He nodded and looked at the girl. My name is Momo Yaoyorozu, and I am going to be a hero too. I nodded and helped them get up. Thank you for saving us, sir, the girl said with a sweet voice. Izuku shrugged and started walking. The heroes left since they couldn't stay anymore. What's your name, sir? Izuku looked back and sighed. The girl found it familiar. Go home. I'm not telling it. Hey. She asked only your name. Yelled Bakugo. Izuku threw a knife near his face. And I said I am not telling it. Please don't make me. Izuku got the knife and jumped on the roof. But I will meet you two again. I'm sure of it. Ezio applauded Izuku, and both of them walked to Izuku's old house. Sighs, I never thought I would come back to this shitty house. As Izuku walks in and looks around, nothing has changed in it. Just a bit dusty. From now on, they will live here, and if someone finds this house, they would move to another place. Both of them were thinking how to get some money and get some food. Yes, they lived in the forest for many years, but now they want to live as civilians to blend in with them, so they will get more info. Izuku looked in a mirror and got some clothes they stole from villains to try on. For now. When they got out, they made a plan how to win monies. Both of them were good at parkour, and they will just hold the camera while running. Ezio smirked at the plan and patted Izuku. He sighed. They checked some places and thought where to jump to make everyone who watches get excited, or something like that. Hey Izuku, why don't you go call that kid you saved before? Izuku tilted his head. Oh sure, can you tell me the address where they live? I don't mind going there, said Izuku, rolling his eyes. Ezio's sweat dropped and punched on top of his head. You pinpointed her, so you can find with eagle vision. His eyes were wide and scratched his head. Right, I forgot. Ezio sighed and chuckled. It's okay. Well, since you saved her, she might give you something. He smirked at his son, while he twitched his eyes and glared at him. Ezio smiled at him. You are starting to show some emotions, son. I will make sure that you will learn all emotions you need in your life. They walked to her home, and Ezio stopped walking. He hid himself somewhere. Izuku kept walking until he reached the door. She is rich. He clicked the button to call, and someone answered. Hello, who you might be? I wanted to talk to Momo Yaoyorozu, since she told me if I need something I would come to her. I want to talk with her outside for a bit. Some minutes passed, and a girl walked outside. When she saw him, he ran to him and hugged. Izuku and Ezio were both shocked. Ezio smirked, and thought a plan to tease Izuku when he comes. Hey Yaoyorozu, sorry for calling you sudden, but I need to talk with you. I wanted to find a work, but I don't know how things works around here. I lived in the mountains in the forest, so I don't know what to do. And the first person to ask for help it was you. Yaoyorozu smiled and nodded. Of course I will help you. Since you saved me, how about you become my bodyguard? You can be my bodyguard and look from far. I won't tell anyone, but my family, Ezio and Izuku were confused of how she stopped when she mentioned her family. Sure, but don't tell anyone that I saved you. If you can do that, then I will accept. If I am busy, someone in my place will come bodyguard you. Trust him. Ezio walked and waved at them. He's talking about me, I am his father. She nodded and told us to wait here, while she gets some papers to make a contract. Ezio activated eagle vision and looked at the windows. She was coming here, but her parents stopped her. It seems they are having an argument. But what? Then something happened, which shocked Izuku. He just activated it and saw a slap. They looked at each other, that they will ask about her family. She came and had small tears on her eyes. Here you go. The salary is $100,000 per month. Ezio got his eyes wide, while Izuku kept looking at her. He sighed. Yaoyorozu, if we accept this, we will bodyguard you, from anything and anyone even if it's your family. Mind telling what's wrong with your family? She had her onyx eyes wide and was shocked. How do you know? What's your quirk? Izuku sighed, whispering to himself, troublesome. Is the slap on your face Yaoyorozu? And we are quirkless. But worry not, we are the best at being a bodyguard. Ezio smiled at her, reassuring that they were good at the work. She accepted and gave us a room. Well, I don't have to go to that old house, so it's better here. Now what should I do with her parents? She told us the room and gave us the bodyguard uniform. Both of them didn't like it, since they don't want to show their faces. She understood and made some cyberpunk outfits. They nodded and thanked her. They nodded and thanked her. She walked out, and they wore their clothes and moved around to see if they stretch. It was good, since they would guard her from roofs and they would jump a lot. Both of them walked outside and see Yaoyorozu talking to her parents. Geez, I forgot about them. Probably Dad will find a way to stop them to abuse her. They looked at us with disgust. Hello, sir, ma'am, we are special bodyguards. So don't be weirded out just because we are wearing those clothes. That's what we wear, to guard someone. Her dad sighed and looked at Izuku. Can you prove that you can guard her? And what is a child doing here? Izuku didn't faze, only looked at him with dead eyes. If you want, I can guard you too, while my son, Izuku, will guard your daughter. Izuku can guard her from anyone if he wants. Don't underestimate him. He nodded, accepting Ezio to be their bodyguard. Then I will give you $1 million a month if we are guarded good. Ezio nodded. Sir, ma'am, I have a request. Everyone looked at Izuku. Ezio knew what request going to ask. I only want to guard Izumomo, so can you please stop slapping her or something? Because since I am her bodyguard, I will guard her from anything and anyone. Their eyes were wide and shocked. I guess they don't know our quirks. I saw a slap mark on her face, that's how I know. They looked at her, and Izuku walked towards her, looking at them. Size fine. If that's your request, we shall accept it. Izuku nodded, and started following Yaoyorozu. You didn't have to do that, Izuku. Izuku didn't talk, and only followed her. You can call me Momo, since you are going to guard me. Izuku nodded. You can call me whatever you want. And I will join UA too. She was shocked when she heard that. Then she smiled. You really want to protect me? I want only money to survive. Good thing I didn't say it aloud. Izuku followed her outside, and was walking to a shop. I am going to hide, that's how I do my work. Don't be scared, I will always come to save you. Momo nodded and smiled. When she opened her eyes, he wasn't there. She wondered how a quirkless could be that fast. While she was buying stuff, some thugs walked inside the shop. He walked inside with them and hid himself somewhere. Everyone, stay on the ground, or I will kill you. Don't you dare call anyone. Now give me all your monies. 6 thugs knew at this, scared to kill. He walked to the one who was facing to the cashier and calmed her. She understood and he knocked him out. The others didn't make a noise, so it's going good. He knocked 3 others, who were far at each other's, and made a sign not to smile, to everyone who was looking. Yo, did you get all the money? We need to leave. Izuku knocked the one who wasn't talking, and the last one was confused. Boss. Did you hear? When he looked at his boss and others, he got shocked and trying to find who did it. Don't worry, you will join them. He turned his head on his back and got knocked out. Everyone cheered up and thanked him. He walked past them and checked on Momo. You were so cool, Izuku-kun. Thank you for saving me and everyone here. He nodded and vanished when she blinked. She sighed, wondering how he can vanish like that. When she looked at the cashier, the thugs were tied up and the cashier was calling the police. That's fast. He was so cool. He just appeared out of nowhere and knocked them out. A pink-haired and skin girl was in amazement. 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗂𝘁 chuckled and walked to them. It was a purple-haired girl and pink-skin girl. Hello, you must be talking about my bodyguard. They looked at her, and she nodded. When she nodded, he showed himself again. He walked towards Momo, going on her back. So cool. My name is 𝗵𝗃 𝗧𝗵𝗲, and this is my bestie, 𝗧𝗂𝘁. Momo nodded and introduced herself too. Momo looked at him and nodded as he vanishes again. They were talking with each others, talking about UA and stuff. Some heroes and police arrived, and the girls were happy. Someone saved us. He didn't even use his quirk. He calmed everyone, including me, and knocked them out. Told the cashier. 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗃 was amazed. Where is he? I want to meet him. Momo nodded, and Izuku appeared. Hello, I am the one doing it. We have no problems, right? He looked at Izuku, shocked. How did he appear with a blink? No problem at all, thank you for saving those people. Can you tell me your name and your quirk? My name is Izuku, I am quirkless. If you want to test me, go ahead. He was confused. That's not possible, he can't vanish in a thin air without a quirk. 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗃 activated his quirk, when suddenly, as I looked at his eyes, he disappeared. Izuku touched his back and he turned to see him. How can you do that, kid? He shrugged. Train hard. This kid, I like this kid. He wondered if he will join in UA, because he would like to have him in his class. Will you join in UA? I will if she joins too. I work for her and I am her bodyguard. He was shocked. Momo walked to them and smiled. Izuku-kun, what were you talking about with 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗃? Izuku explained everything to her, and told him that he will join UA with her. He nodded and wished them luck. I like this kid. He will make some changes, for sure. 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗃 thought. Everyone walked home, and Momo's family were talking and laughing with Ezio. Izuku sighed. That's my dad for you. He makes friends in a day and make them laugh. Though he kills the bad guys while they think they are in their side. Momo walked to her bedroom, while Izuku waited outside. Come inside too, Izuku-kun. Izuku, for sure, was confused. I just want a friend to talk with. We see Izuku and Momo walking inside the UA, since both of them got through recommendation. Izuku got a recommendation from 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗔𝗃 itself, and he didn't regret it. 10 months has passed quickly, and Izuku did train Momo, because she wanted to get stronger, and asked him to help. Izuku accepted, and gave her a hell training. He wanted her to give up, but she didn't. Izuku started to like her. She is not like the others. So he trained her properly. Now she can create things faster than before, and can fight hand to hand. They walked inside, trying to find class 1A. When they found it, they looked up. That's a big door. Izuku sighed, and opened the door. The first thing they heard was yelling. Put your legs down. We are in school, and this is not acceptable. Ah! The hell is wrong with you, for eyes? Did you stick up a stick inside your butt? It was Iida and Bakugo. Izuku and Momo sat down, and Izuku fell asleep on the desk. Iida walked to Izuku, to which Momo opened her eyes wide. Never wake up Izuku if he wants to rest. You need to wake up. We are in class, and Izuku punched on his gut without looking, making Iida shut up and groan. I'm trying to rest. You are making my ears bleed. Everyone who was there opened their eyes wide. Who's this guy? He is so strong. I wonder what his quirk is. Izuku looked up at them, giving a glare at them. If you want to ask me, go ahead. But stop talking for me on my back. Momo sighed. The teacher walked in, and everyone looked at him. Hello, my name is Izawa, and I will be your homeroom teacher. Everyone, wear those uniform and come outside. You have 10 minutes. Izuku was first and got to the changing room. He got changed really fast and walked outside. He sat on the ground and closed his eyes. He activated eagle vision and looked at the boys, if they are doing something suspicious. A grape head wanted to peek some girls and making some weird noises. Izuku twitched his eyes and got angry. Everyone walked outside, and the grape head kept looking at some girls. What's your name, grapehead? He turned his head to me and introduced himself. My name is Minoru Mineta. He stood up and walked to him. He got close to his ear and whispered, I dare you to act like a pervert and want to pique some girls. I will make you regret living. Then Izumomo started to talk. We will do some quirk tests and make sure you give plus ultra here. Bakugo, come here. Bakugo walked to the teacher and got a ball. Throw the ball as far as you can with your quirk. He nodded and got ready. Die. Izuku face-bombed and sighed. Momo chuckled at Izuku. 705, 3 meters. This was an example of how to do it. If I see someone not give their all, you are expelled. They were shocked and nodded. It was time to run 50 meters to see who was the fastest. Izuku got with Ida. Why him? He got ready, and the mood got down quickly when Izuku got serious. Start. When he heard that, he was finished. 0, 3 seconds, 3. 5 seconds, Izuku jumped lightly and stretching. Izumomo smirked. No regrets. It was time to see their strength. Izuku was the second, with 234 kilograms. First was Shoji, with 540 kilograms. Then it was time to see how far can throw the ball. Izuku, your turn. He nodded and got the ball. He got a normal rock too. Everyone was confused. The mood got down again. He threw the ball, and when he saw it was far enough, he threw the rock to the ball. It got even farther, shocking everyone. How? Everyone yelled. I waited for Izumo's response, and he was shocked. 705, 2 meters. Everyone got confused. But Bakugo is the first. Izumo sighed and looked at Izuku. He nodded and Izumo started talking. Izuku is quirkless. That's his own strength. What? Izumo clicked a button to show the result. Izuku auditore momo yayarozu minor mineta. That is for today. Go to class now and introduce yourselves. Be friends with each others. And let me sleep. Everyone but Izuku sweat dropped. They walked in and started talking, while Izuku was sleeping. Hey Momo, do you know who this guy is? Because you looked at him and talked with him. She nodded. He is my bodyguard. You serious? Everyone but Jiro and Mina yelled. They knew who was he. Izuku woke up and looked outside the window. Hey Izuku-kun. Izuku looked back at her as she smiles. Make some friends for me. He sighed. Fine. He looked around and found some. He walked to Ojiro, which he was confused first. My name is Izuku, and I want to be your friend. He smiled and nodded. My name is Ojiro Mashireo. You were so cool there. Izuku nodded and talked about martial arts. Do you know acupuncture points? He shook his head. Said, it would be cool, it would help you, since you know martial arts. He chuckled. I know, but it's really hard. You need to know all of them. Izuku nodded and smirked. I do know all of them. Ojiro was shocked for sure. He was in amazement. Hey Tokoyami, can you come here please? Revelry in the dark, he walked to them, and Izuku asked to be his friend. He accepted. You have a cool quirk, Tokoyami. Dark shadow helping you and it can talk. He nodded, starting to like him. Can you tell me your weakness? I will do something to help you. Tokoyami was confused first, but nodded. My weakness is light, and if it's dark, dark shadow will go berserk, and I can't control it. Ojiro nodded, while Izuku walked to him. He checked his body, which made Tokoyami blush in embarrassment. What are you doing, Izuku? Izuku did acupuncture points in his body, which Ojiro understood what he is doing. Trust him, Tokoyami, is for your good. He smiled and Tokoyami nodded. How do you feel now? He was confused. I don't feel anything weird, if that's what you meant. He nodded. It means it worked. He got more confused. Tokoyami, have you ever thought of dark shadow being calm in the darkest night? I would like to wait. Did you make that possible? Izuku nodded and asked Izumo to go to the darkest place to test something. He nodded and let the eagle outside the window to check on them. Ojiro, Tokoyami and Izuku was following him and gave them the key. When you are done, give me the key in class. They nodded and walked in. The place was big with lights off. Izuku turned the lights on and walked in. Before we start, 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲, sit down on the ground and close your eyes. Be calm and find peace in your mind. He nodded and did as Izuku said. Ojiro shut down the lights, and dark shadow was getting bigger. It got around 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲 like an armor. Open your eyes and tell me, how do you feel? He opened his eyes and was shocked. Hello, boss. It seems that you can control me in the darkness. 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲 walked to Izuku and sat on one knee. 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲, what are you doing? He looked up and talked. I want to be your student. I want to know martial arts and want to be best friends with you too. Izuku and Ojiro sweat dropped. 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲, you can be our best friends for sure, but did you have to sit on one knee? You can just talk to me normally. He stood up and nodded. And sure, I will help you teach martial arts with Ojiro too. It seems we created a team, Ojiro chuckled. 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲 nodded, while Izuku was thinking of a name. Dark Martial. How's that name? Both of them were shocked. They nodded, approving the team name. When I will trust you guys enough, I will tell you something. So if you want to know what I want to tell you too, you better start building trust on me. Revelry in the dark, I trust you, Izuku, since you helped me. And my lips will be sealed, even if they force me to tell things you don't want to. Ojiro nodded. Same goes to me too. I trust you. And we will support you with everything. We are a team now. Izuku smiled genuinely, for the first time in a long time. Thanks. Then he got serious. You will not tell anyone that, all right? They both nodded. Have you heard of a group, Brotherhood? Their eyes were wide. They nodded fast. Izuku turned on the lights and removed the top of his clothes. I am a member of the Brotherhood. Izuku turned on his back, showing the logo. They gasped and looked at it. So, you are an assassin, 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲 said. He nodded, wearing his clothes. Have you killed people? Asked Ojiro. He nodded again. I had a reason to kill. I will tell you a story of my first kill. Flashback: Izuku was jumping around the trees, in the forest, and checked for anyone. Someone was there, and it was a villain. Izuku at this time was 11 years old. The villain got a gun, and a woman, with a baby. The baby was crying loud, and Izuku felt hurt on his heart. That was rare of him. Really rare. Shut the baby up, or I will kill both of you. Izuku's eyes twitched and got closer to him. Please don't do anything to my baby, do whatever with me, just don't hurt my baby. She was crying, begging for him to stop. Then I will make you my SLV, and make you a slot. We will have a lot of fun. He smirked widely, while the woman was shocked and terrified. He started to undress her, while Izuku had enough. He made a howl, scaring both of them. While the villain was distracted, he jumped fast, and saved both of them. Izuku calmed them down, reassuring they will be fine. He was with a mask, so they didn't know who was he. The villain looked back, and saw that they weren't there anymore. He got angry and yelled. Izuku pointed a knife on his neck and talked. Don't move, or you are dead. He shivered, and nodded. He shivered and nodded. Izuku started laughing madly. Who am I kidding? I will kill you. He cut his neck and he died. Dropped the body in the hole. The first kill, the first body in the hole. He walked to the woman and nodded. You can go home, he won't come anymore. Be safe. She nodded fast. What's your name, kid? I want to name my kid after you, my savior. He shook his head. I won't tell my real name, but I will tell a name for him. She nodded, accepting this. Then call him Ezio. She smiled at the name. The baby giggled, so it means that he liked it. Have a safe trip. Then Izuku vanished. Thank you, I will take care of Ezio. Flashback: and they were shocked and in amazement. I support you to the fullest, Izuku. You killed him and he deserved it. He won't do that anymore, since he is dead. Said 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲. Ojiro nodded. If there is a reason, it should be done. Shall we go to the class now? The school will end soon. They nodded and walked out. Izuku is starting to show his emotions, but rarely. He doesn't know what are the names of the emotions, but he knows how to show them. Sometimes he forgets the emotions. It's like a glass with water, and if the water gets out, his emotions goes too. Dark martial, within lead Izuku and his friends 𝗧𝗪𝗧 and 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗲. They have trained a lot, and no acupuncture points. Momo talks a lot with Izuku too, and she started to like him. It was suddenly, but she has feeling for him. Izuku is dense about it, and he doesn't know what love is, and what to do with it. It was one day that Aizawa told them to get ready for hero training. And someone came in, which Izuku didn't like it. It was All Might, the one who crushed his dreams. I am coming through like a normal person. Izuku sighed. Was that supposed to be a dramatic entry? Everyone who heard him chuckled. Now young heroes, get ready. We have bought hero clothes too, so wear those and come outside. The dark marshal walked first and got the hero clothes. They changed quickly and walked outside. Hope we win, guys. Be sure to show them what we can do. They nodded in determination. Is everyone here? Today's lesson is heroes versus villains. He explained how to win, and why are we doing this? Every team is like canon, but I will change Izuku, Momo, 𝗧𝗪𝗧 and 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗃 fight. Have fun reading. Izuku Auditore and Ichiko Uraraka Team A Heroes vs Katsuki Bakugo and Tenya Ida Team D Villains. Bakugo and Ida walked in, while Izuku closed his eyes, and Uraraka was nervous. Izuku, do you have a plan how to win this? He sighed. That's what I am thinking, don't disturb me. She nodded and stayed quiet. After 3 minutes, he got it. Bakugo will come for me, since I beat him in the quirk test. While Bakugo will fight me, you go find him, and when you find him, tell me where he is. Noises. Is that clear? She nodded quickly. Scary, heroes go in. They got in, and Izuku closed his eyes to hear any noises. Izuku! Yelled Bakugo. Izuku got confused why he called his name. Because he calls everyone with lame names. I will show you that quirkless people can't be heroes. Izuku twitched his eyes and looked up at him. The mood got down, and everyone shivered. Bakugo, don't you think you can be a hero with that attitude, and I will show you that I am beyond stronger than you? Izuku quickly ran towards Bakugo while he didn't expect him to come that fast. He is so fast. Izuku kicked his chest, and Bakugo got crashed on the wall. He walked to him and pointed on his body. 𝗧𝗪𝗧, looking at the monitor, shivered. He can't stand up now. He's paralyzed. Everyone was shocked. Izuku looked at the camera, and his eyes were dark green, like a big forest, with the most dangerous animals, waiting for food. He smiled at All Might, which that smile turned into a maniac smile. I can't be a hero, you said, All Might, but guess what, I am here, being a hero. All Might was confused, while everyone who was watching him got shocked. All Might, what he is talking about. All Might remembered saying that to a kid with green hair. He was sweating bullets. Izuku, I found the bomb. 5th floor, 1st room. Izuku smirked and ran really fast. In 5 seconds he arrived, and knocked Ida out. He touched the bomb, and heard a ping. The heroes win. Everyone was shocked at his speed and how he knocked them down. 𝗧𝗪𝗧, 𝗳𝗏𝗵𝗃 and Momo chuckled. He overpowered them. And everyone agreed with them. Izuku walked to Bakugo, and unparalyzed him. Don't ever say that quirkless people can't be heroes. As you can see, I am here, being a hero. He scoffs and walked away. They walked in, and All Might was sweating bullets. All right, who can tell me, who was the MVP here? Everyone's sweat dropped. Izuku, obviously. Momo raised her hands up and started to talk. Izuku is the MVP, because he thought of a plan, and defeated them without casualties in the building. Izuku looked at All Might, and when he looked into his eyes, he flinched. He had a black aura, with horns on top of his head, with spears around him. He looks like a devil. He shivered. Shoto Todoroki and Mizo Shoji Team B Heroes vs Masahiro 𝗧𝗪𝗧 and Toru Hagakure Team I Villains. 𝗧𝗪𝗧 thought of a plan, while Hagakure was undressing. Todoroki will probably freeze all this building. When he does, I will jump and destroy the ice. 𝗧𝗪𝗧 wanted to talk to Hagakure, but he didn't find her. Hagakure. She walked behind him and touched him. I am here, 𝗧𝗪𝗧. He flinched, but then nodded. When I say jump, you will jump as high as you can. Todoroki probably will freeze this building. Is that clear? Yes. On the other side, Izuku nodded, accepting this plan. That's a good plan, Ojiro. Now, let's see how they will do. Shoji heard them moving and told Todoroki where they are. Go back, I will freeze all of this build. He nodded and walked outside. Todoroki started freezing the building, and Ojiro saw it. Jump. Both of them jumped, and the ice didn't get them. While they were falling, Ojiro used his tail and destroyed the ice. Now we will wait for him to come. Act like you were caught, all right? Okay, Ojiro. After a minute, Todoroki started walking inside the room where the bomb was. Ojiro hid somewhere, waiting for him. When he stepped in, Ojiro knocked him out. Stay here now, Todoroki. Izuku smirked. Ojiro is the MVP here now. Good work, Ojiro. Shoji was waiting for the signal, but the sound never came. When he wanted to talk with Todoroki, he got knocked out too. Villain team wins. Ojiro smiled and carried both of them. Izuku raised his hand. Ojiro is the MVP, because he didn't panic and thought of a plan how to counter ice. He helped his teammate to not get caught in ice, and knocked both of them without sound. Tokoyami smirked, while Ojiro was getting praised. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Tokoyami and 𝗬𝗧𝗏 Team H Villains vs Ijiro Kirishima and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Team J Heroes. I have a little plan. The place is with lights. If I destroy those, then I will have more power. First I need to calm myself and think what should I do. Kirishima's quirk is hardening, 𝗬𝗏's quirk is tape. Tsu's quirk is frog. Tsu can stop 𝗬𝗏, while I can stop Kirishima. Hey Tsu, can you fight with 𝗬𝗏 while I try to knock out Kirishima? She nodded, and she started to camouflage. Tokoyami destroyed all the lights and started getting engulfed into dark armor. Dark Shadow, can you hide your shiny eyes? So we don't get noticed. It was done by his command, and he hid himself in the darkness. When they got in the room after 3 minutes. It's so dark here. But, see the bomb there? Let's check around. Both of them were checking around and didn't find anyone. Huh, that's weird. They were supposed to hide the bomb. They walked to the bomb and the surprise attack came. Tsu pulled 𝗬𝗏 with tongue, making him impossible to move, while Tokoyami scared Kirishima. Revelry in the dark, Dark Shadow's hand grabbed Kirishima, making him impossible to move. They were struggling to move, but to no avail. Villain team wins. Izuku smirked when Tokoyami scared Kirishima. Revelry in the dark. Tokoyami smirked. Then Momo talked who the MVP was. Tokoyami is the MVP here, because he acted as a villain and planned how to immobilize them. Never think that the villains will let something important alone. Izuku nodded. Then he fist bumped with both of them. The Dark Marshal got all MVP. Momo chuckled. The Dark Marshal. Is that your team name? They nodded. Well then, wish me luck, the Dark Marshal. Izuku shook his head. I know you will win. He smirked. Momo blushed and looked away. Izuku was confused and tilted his head. Ojiro and Tokoyami chuckled. Thanks Izuku. Denki Kaminari and Kyokujiro Team G Heroes vs Momo Yaoyorozu and Minor Mineta Team C Villains. While she was walking inside, she was creating some small bombs that makes really loud noises. Mineta was trying to touch Momo's BRST, but got knocked out. Pervert, I should just kill you. Izuku, with Ojiro and Tokoyami, spitted water. She's scary, they shivered, while the class laughed. While Momo was working on hiding the bomb, she heard some explosion. So they touched the bombs. She heard Jiro yell, while Kaminari didn't know what to do. Kaminari walked and activated more bombs. Jiro ran outside and gave up. Kaminari found the bomb and was running to touch it. But then he fell. She made a rope and was confused how he didn't see it. 2 millions volt. He yelled, activating his quirk. She was prepared and was covered with a thick cloth. Then he got brain dead. Villains win. Or the villain wins. The class was laughing. Izuku nodded. She did it well. Izuku raised his hand. Momo is the MVP as we all know it, because she was smart how to stop both of them. She did it alone, since the grape head wanted to touch her. They nodded and chuckled of the name of Mineta. Time skip. Izuku and Momo was walking home while something happened. Some thugs were robbing the shop, and everyone inside was terrified and yelling. Then Izuku heard a shot. Momo, call the police while I go save them. Izuku ran inside and hid somewhere. The heroes were captured. Idiots. You lost to them. I checked everyone and there were 9 thugs, 14 civilians, 3 heroes and a dead person. That's where Izuku got really mad. He ran really fast, knocking them down. Who is the one that killed him? They pointed to a guy with a tattoo on his hand. Everyone, walk outside. They ran outside, crying. Then Izuku woke him up. Wake up, make sure to remember my face, all right. Who are you? Izuku smiled maniacally and got the knife out of his pocket. Brotherhood. He stabbed his eyes, his hands, and his legs, making him paralyzed all over his body. Now live with regrets. You will stay alive for a long time, paralyzed. Have fun, and look outside. Oh, I am sorry you are blind. Forgive me not. Then he kicked his face and walked outside. The police ran inside and found them tied up. The one was bleeding and crying. A police stopped me and asked me, "Are you the one who did to him?" Izuku looked at the police and nodded. You are arrested for using your quirk and making him bleed. Izuku tilted his head in confused. Using quirk? Making him bleed? The police handcuffed me. He wanted to pull me to the car, but no success. The hell you think you are doing, you brainless SHT head? I am quirkless and stabbed him. He deserved that because he killed a person. Everyone who heard Izuku cheered for him while the police was trying to pull him inside. Izuku destroyed the HNDCFFS. Size, go away. Or you will regret it. It will be not pleasant. The police was angry and pulled a gun. As you wish then. Go to hell. The mood got dropped quickly and everyone shivered. He pointed to Izuku and then to Momo. Izuku opened his eyes wide and jumped to save Momo. He shot at Izuku and he fell to the ground. You beach, you trying to kill someone innocent. I will make you feel pain and make you regret living, you piece of it. He ran really fast and kicked on his face. He pulled his knives and stabbed him multiple times. Die, die, die. Then he stabbed to his heart. He stood up looking at the others police. The civilians were shocked, the heroes too. The polices shivered and pointed the gun at me. Leave, before I kill you too. Don't make me. They dropped the gun and ran away. Hell, Momo was waiting for Izuku while Izuku was talking with heroes. Why did you kill the police? That's not what heroes do. Izuku sighed and started talking. He pointed the gun to Momo Yaoyorozu, the one who was innocent, and tried to kill her. So I killed him. He deserved it. Now don't tell me heroes aren't supposed to kill. If the villains aren't gone, they will think of a better plan and kill the heroes. Idiots, they were shocked and started thinking. While Aizawa walked to Izuku, patting him. Don't mind them. Yes, it's bad that you killed him, but you had a reason to kill, so it's fair. Izuku nodded and started leaving. He is just a quirkless hero in training, while you 2 heroes didn't save a person. Why do you even work when you can't save someone? The heroes who got captured were angry. Well, maybe because he cheated and we need money, that's why we work as heroes. All Might, Aizawa, and Endeavor were pissed. Yes, Endeavor might be a bad dad, but he doesn't work for money, he does save people. Then something happened. No one saw it. 2 knives were flying past pro heroes and shot at their neck. The heroes who got captured are dead. Then we don't need you, since you won't save people. Might as well go to hell, said Izuku, and with a blink, he vanished. He is killing, but with a reason we can't do anything. If we talk with him, he will tell us all the reason why did he kill them, and there's a valid reason. The police is useless. All Might yelled. Endeavor was shocked of how fast is he. He is quirkless. How is he so fast? Aizawa walked away, finding this troublesome. While Izuku was with Momo, Momo was scared of what happened. I need to explain things to you, don't I? Said Izuku. She nodded. Let's go to my bedroom and talk there. Izuku nodded and walked to her room. Izuku started explaining of what group he is, that he is an assassin, everything on his life. He trusted Momo, and she promised not to tell anyone. I would never tell to anyone. You taught me how to fight, how to think of a plan in a matter of a minute. So I promise I will never tell to anyone. Izuku nodded and patted Momo. Hey Izuku-kun, why don't you often smile, or why don't you show your emotions? Izuku tilted his head in confusion and asked her, what are emotions? Those 3 words, those shocked her that much, that she started to question herself, what life has he lived? An emotion is a feeling such as happiness, love, fear, anger, or hatred, which can be caused by the situation that you are in or the people you are with. Emotion is the part of a person's character that consists of their feelings as opposed to their thoughts. Paste this. So if I smile, what kind of emotion is? Momo started to teach what emotions are, and it took 3 hours. Izuku nodded and smiled a little. Thank you for teaching me what emotions are. But I will probably forget if something happens. I don't know, but it happens every time. She felt sad and hugged him. Izuku hugged her back. Thank you, said Izuku with whisper. Then they heard a knock. Come in, said Momo. It was Momo's parents, and they have quite changed. From abusive one to fully support family. I guess Dad is the best at changing people. Momo, dear, your dad and I will leave for a vacation. I am sorry that you have to stay here, since it's a business trip. Momo nodded, smiling at them. Don't worry, Mom, I am with Izuku-kun, and you have Dad and Ezio. She chuckled. Yeah. Izuku, please protect her. Izuku nodded. They didn't tell what happened, but it doesn't matter since they didn't get in problems. Izuku walked outside and saw Ezio getting ready his knives. Hey Izuku, you heard the news, right? Izuku nodded and hugged him. Ezio was shocked but then smiled. He hugged him back. Be safe, Dad. Ezio smiled and patted him. Don't underestimate me, son. I am 𝗧𝗍𝗧𝗔𝗂𝗧𝗏, the leader of the Brotherhood. He smirked and gave Izuku a knife. Why are you giving me a knife? Ezio chuckled. Is a gift. This knife represents how strong you are. This knife means you are strong enough to be in the lead of the Brotherhood. Izuku was shocked. So cool, he took the knife and thanked him. Then they left. I guess we are alone now. He nodded and sighed. Momo blushed thinking that she is alone with him. Want to go out? Asked Izuku. Momo found it shocking. Izuku invited her on a date. Sure. Let me get ready. She rushed inside and started wearing. He was waiting for her and started thinking where to go. He was waiting for her and started thinking where to go. He thought of the arcade. They would have fun playing, dancing and stuff. Then Momo walked out and Izuku found her appealing. I am ready to go, Izuku-kun. I hope you don't mind what I am wearing. Izuku shook his head. You look appealing, Momo. And it's perfect for where we will go. He smiled weakly, since it was hard to smile big. Momo blushed and looked at him. You look appealing too, Izuku-kun. He looks so badass. Kya. She was squealing inside her mind and walked out with him. They walked to the arcade, and Momo was amazed how this place looked like. Full of games and dancing games. Want to dance? Smirked Izuku. Momo thought of it and nodded. Good thing I wore those. I wouldn't move that freely while dancing. They got there and put some money. Ready, Momo? She nodded in determination. Someone far away was recording both of them and smirked. Start. Both of them started dancing as the screen told where to step. They weren't stopping and a crowd was formed. It was getting harder and harder, but neither of them was giving up. Then it started to get even faster, which Izuku found it easy, but for Momo, she was sweating, trying to win. The crowd was amazed with their skill and started to yell in chorus. Go. Go. Izuku started to smile big and looked at Momo. Momo looked at him having fun, and she got filled with determination. Go. 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 Neither of them was giving up and started to laugh. Izuku saw Momo getting sweaty and faked his loss. Everyone cheered up for the girl, while Izuku chuckled. I won, said Momo. Izuku nodded and patted her. Let's see how many points we got. They checked their points and everyone was shocked. Both of them broke the record. The old record was 890,000 points. Izuku got 1,120,000 points, while Momo got 1,250,000 points. Both of them chuckled and were happy. Nice moves, Momo. Congrats on winning. She smiled big and kissed on his cheek. Izuku was stunned. Then Momo noticed what she did and blushed madly. Izuku chuckled and kissed her cheek too. Thank you, you made me smile and laugh. She got red like a tomato and was nervous. Izuku put a finger to her neck and calmed her down. Izuku put a finger to her neck and calmed her down nicely, something like that. She was shocked how can a single finger can calm her down. Thank you, Izuku nodded and walked to the amusement park. They got some apple candy and got to the Ferris wheel. Izuku won a plushie, a big bunny for her, and she loved it. It was time to go home. They saw a family with their kids, having fun and laughing. Izuku looked at them and remembered something not pleasant. He shook it off and walked. Then he heard a scream. That's a kid scream, Momo. Call the police, the kid is in dangerous time. She nodded fast and started calling the police. Izuku ran to the voice where he heard the kid. It was a kid with white hair and a horn on top of her head. She was terrified and was running. Eri, come back before I kill you. Izuku got beyond angry and pissed of him. How can he kill a kid? He calmed himself and jumped behind him. He made some acupuncture points on him, which made him impossible to use his quirk. Izuku threw some knives on his legs and his arms. He got paralyzed and ran to the kid, named Eri. Eri, don't worry, I am here, I am a hero. He hugged her, and he felt like it was his kid. The man couldn't move and use his quirk. What did you do to me? I will kill you. I walked to him, carrying Eri on his arm. Eri, did he hurt you bad? She nodded, terrified of him. Okay, Eri, can you close your eyes and hold your ears with hands? I will tell you when to open. She nodded and did as he said. Izuku looked at him, asking what his name was. I am 𝗲𝗏, and I will kill you. Tell me, what did you do to me? Izuku smiled maniacally and whispered, something that makes you impossible to use your quirk in 1 hour. But I will kill you for wanting to kill a kid. Don't worry, I will make sure that I will enjoy myself killing you, and make you beg for your life. I will make you beg me to kill quick. The mood got dropped and 𝗲𝗏 was terrified of his aura. A black aura, dark green eyes, behind him some terrifying animals, growling. Die. He cut his arms and his legs. Then undressed his top, and started to stab him in the stomach, and then making him blind. He stabbed on his heart, finishing his life. That's what you deserve. He carried Eri and patted her. She opened her eyes and looked at Izuku. She hugged him tightly and was crying. He hugged her back, patting on her back. The police arrived and saw a body. I killed 𝗲𝗏. Now go tell to the Hero Association that 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧 him. They knew they shouldn't mess with him, and he could kill them with ease. Momo ran to Izuku and saw the kid. "Izuku, what happened?" Izuku explained everything to her, and she was shocked and angry. "Don't worry, he is gone, he will never, ever come back." Momo nodded and patted Eri. She fell asleep on Izuku's arm, and Izuku found it adorable. "Let's go home, she needs to rest, we will take care of her." Izuku, Momo, and their adopted daughter were sleeping together. Yesterday they adopted her, and Izuku made sure that he will take care of her, since she couldn't trust anyone. Now Eri calls him Papa, while she calls Momo Mama. Momo blushed really hard, thinking about future family, while Izuku held her close and patted her. "I will protect you and no one will be able to touch you or hurt you like him. I promise that." It was time to go to the school, after eating food and feeding Eri. She likes apples, so we got a lot of apples. Now the three of them were walking to the school. Izuku would take care of her in class, since he was smart enough for lessons. When they got in the class, everyone looked at him and the small girl. Everyone was quiet, and their eyes were wide. Izuku sat down, while Eri sat on his lap, drawing on his notebook. Izuku was looking outside when someone touched his shoulder. It was Mina. "Hey Izuku, who is she? She is so cute." Eri got terrified and hugged him. "Eri, it's okay, she is a good person." Izuku started patting her and looked at Mina. "It's my adopted daughter." She gasped and nodded. "Who is her mom?" She smirked. Eri looked up at her and was shy. "My mama, it's her," she pointed at Momo while Momo was writing stuff. "Ah, so cute." Izuku sighed and looked at the door. Aizawa walked in and saw Izuku with Eri. He nodded in understatement. "Okay class, we will do something important. First, choose a class representative and a vice. Then we will go to USJ. When we will be done with choosing, we will go. You can choose what to wear, since it doesn't matter that much." Everyone nodded and started voting someone. Izuku voted Momo. She would made an amazing work. The vote was finished, and Izuku looked at the blackboard. Izuku 9 votes, Yaoyorozu 5 votes, the others didn't matter, but Izuku was shocked. "Why did you guys vote for me? That's too much work, and I would prefer sleeping." Everyone's sweat dropped. "Sleepyhead. Now wear what you want and I will wait outside." Izuku wears PE uniform and didn't want the costume. Why waste it on the USJ? But he got knives and daggers. Everyone didn't mind, since he comes every day with knives. Aizawa and Nizu accepted letting him come with knives. Eri was sleeping on his chest, while everyone found it adorable and took some pictures. Izuku sat down, and Momo sat near him. Everyone started talking, which turned to yelling. Well, Ida started yelling. He glared at Ida, which he shut up in an instant. "Hey Izuku, call me Tsu, but I say what I have in mind. I want to tell you something. How are you quirkless but stronger than us? With a blink, you vanish in thin air. And why did you talk to All Might like that in hero training?" Izuku sighed. "Troublesome. Well, I started training since I was 5 years old. Alone, without family. My dad left me since I was born, and my mom left me since I was diagnosed quirkless. I started living on my own, but badly. No one wanted to help a quirkless kid. About All Might, when I was 7 years old, I was involved in some villain's attack. I screamed for help and All Might came. He saved everyone. Then I asked him a question. Everyone was listening to him, even Aizawa. Can I be a hero without a quirk? If I train enough and get strong, I can be a hero, right? But he denied quickly, saying that it was hard, and it's better to work as a cop. Everyone got sad and some were angry. Then I got emotionless, since my dream were shattered in a mere seconds. I forgot what emotions were. Then I left my old home and started living in the forest. But before that, I saved a girl, which I think it was Momo." Everyone gasped and smiled. Momo was shocked to find the one who saved her from bullies. "I started living in the forest, and I met someone who taught me how to fight and stuff. And he adopted me. That's pretty much my story." They nodded sadly, thinking how hard was his life since 4. You shouldn't let anyone crush your dreams. Be yourself, do what you love. Don't listen to the others. They smiled at Izuku, and Aizawa nodded. "All right kids, we arrived. Get down and follow me." Everyone walked outside, and Izuku was still carrying Eri. She was still sleeping. "She will be like me, a sleepyhead." Izuku chuckled. They got inside, and everyone was amazed. Izuku just looked around and found multiple locations. But then a portal was opened, and villains started to come out. Izuku got pissed and gave Eri to Momo. "Aizawa, there are villains. Now listen everyone. Ida, run as fast as you can and notify the heroes. Kaminari, try to call some police or heroes. Momo, create some knives like that." Izuku showed the knife to her, and she nodded. "Aizawa, sorry, but I have to do it. Stay here, and when the Misty guy will come, activate your quirk. So no one will be in different places." Aizawa tried to talk with him, but he vanished. "All right, there are 153 thugs, and 3 that stands out the most. Killing will be involved." Izuku started to run really fast, and a normal I can't follow him, and he started stabbing their necks. In an instant, 50 were down. He kept killing, and the place became a pool of blood. Izuku kept killing, and without anyone noticing, threw a knife to the mist guy on his neck, and a knife on top of his head, the one called Shigaraki. He looked at Nomu and it was pretty buff, but its brain stood out. It might be its weakness. It won't hurt to try. Shigaraki was cussing all the time, and the mist guy was down, paralyzed. The knife was with poison, and it reached his true body. Nomu, go kill that brat. In an instant, the Nomu was near Izuku, but nothing he couldn't see. He ducked and then jumped on his head. He got 3 knives with poison, a deadly one, and stabbed on its brain. Nomu screeched in pain and started to fall down. The temperature got down quickly and looked at Shigaraki. Izuku kept walking, while Shigaraki was shivering. Something about the assassins. If he looks dead in their eyes, their minds reacts. So they talk without thinking and it only tells the truth. It's called killer intent, a little buff from his bloodline. Tell me, why did you come here, Shigaraki? Izuku vanished when he blinked. I want to kill All Might. Izuku stopped walking. Why? Because he is destroying my plans, and I want to control the world. Izuku didn't talk. He was so pissed. To kill someone for that reason is a childish one. He AP acupuncture points to him, making him unable to use his quirk. He touched Izuku, but to not success. Then Izuku knocked out. He saw at the mist guy, Kurogyari, and pulled both of them. He walked to the stairs and dropped their body. That's how heroes are supposed to work. If they don't kill the villains, they will come later with a better plan. So finish them to stop them forever. Everyone, but Momo, Tokoyami, and Ojiro, were scared. Eri looked at him and hugged. That's why you told me to close my eyes. To kill the one who hurt me. Izuku nodded and kissed her forehead. Remember, I will protect you. Even if it cost my life. I am here for you, my snowflake. She giggled and hugged him. Izuku hugged her back and walked outside. The heroes arrived. You were late, the match, it's over. The heroes were confused. They walked in and saw a pool of blood. Arrest those two and make them tell the truth. They are important. All Might carried both of them, since he couldn't talk with Izuku if it's about the villains. He knew if he talked, he would be shut down with his reasons. And it's fair. Snipe walked to him and asked him, why did you kill the villains? That's not how heroes work. They don't kill anyone. Everyone's sweat dropped and shivered. Don't tell me how heroes work the way you guys are working. It's terrible and sucks. Tell me, pro-hero Snipe. What if that villain came back with more people, more reinforcement, and with a plan to kill everyone? Would you just stop them? Or kill them to stop this madness? He released his KI killer intent, and he fell down shivering. You heroes are so weak. Then he walked away with everyone. All Might has left with Shigaraki and Kurogyari to reveal all the truths. Aizawa got a call, and it was Principal Nizu. Come to my office with Izuku Auditora. He can bring his daughter. Aizawa nodded and looked at him. He nodded too. Eri, when you grow up, what do you want to be? Eri looked at Izuku and started thinking. Then she looked at him again. A hero like you. I want to save everyone. She smiled and hugged him. Momo was shocked with everyone else. Izuku hugged her and patted her back. You sure, Eri? That involves killing, and you saw there, how bad is it? She pouted. I don't care. I want to be a hero like you. He sighed and chuckled. As you wish, Snowflake. She smiled. She started smiling now, and it was the cutest thing ever. When they arrived at the school, everyone walked home. Momo, stay in class because I will talk with the principal. Then we will go home together, all right? She nodded and walked inside the class. Izuku and Aizawa, with Eri on Izuku's chest, walked to the office, finding Principal Nizu with some people. Welcome, Izuku Auditora. Izuku nodded and said hello back. Is there anything to talk about? Since you asked me to come here. Nizu nodded and started talking. As you see, these people are the one who works in the Hero Association, or Hero Public Safety Commission. They make the laws of what happens to heroes and civilians, what rights the heroes have, you understand. He nodded in understatement. The president was a woman, with hair color ash blonde and eyes turquoise. The president was a woman, with hair color ash blonde and eyes turquoise. You must be 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗧𝗑𝗧𝗏. Can you explain why are you defying killing? Izuku sighed, and was done telling the same thing all over again. Aizawa started talking about why, and it was the same words I said. We know that they will improve, but we have the best prison, Tartarus, and Izuku cut her off and started talking. And it won't hold off for a long time. Everything gets destroyed. Nothing is strong. Everything and everyone has a weakness. For God's sake. I've seen two people wanting to kill a kid. And you tell me it's not fair. What about the kids? Quirkless kids. Is it fair for them to stay quirkless and getting bullied? And getting killed by a villain, or suiciding themselves? Izuku gave them KI, and they fell down. Don't tell me what to do. You can try to stop me, but for my daughter, I will never stop. For everyone else, I will save them and kill what's not important. After talking with them, Izuku left with Eri, while the others were shocked and angry at him, excluding Nizu. Nizu was chuckling and made everyone walk out. Eri looked at Izuku while he was smiling. Papa, can we play with Mama? Izuku looked down at her and nodded. Of course, Snowflake. We are going to Mama now. She nodded and smiled. As they walked to the classroom, Kendo and Momomo walked out of the class, and Momo waved at them. What's happening? Everyone flinched when they heard the deep voice. They looked back and saw Izuku with Eri running at Momo. Oh, hello, Izuku. My name is Itsuka Kendo, Class Representative 1B. He is Nito Monoma, Vice Class Representative. Izuku nodded and shook their hands. When Monoma shook his hand, he started laughing. I copied your quirk now. Ha. Izuku looked at him in confusion. I don't have a quirk. What do you mean? Monoma stopped laughing and looked at him shocked. You serious? He nodded. I am quirkless and I trained a lot to be here. You can talk with Momo, if you don't believe. Izuku scratched his head and smiled. Kendo chuckled and bowed. Sorry about him, he does that a lot. I don't mind it actually, he is interesting. Being able to copy a quirk, and making someone shocked that he uses the same quirk. Monoma looked at him shocked. Then he smiled. You are the one that I don't hate. I hate the Class 1A, expect you. Momo got a little sad, thinking why he hates Class 1A, but the temperature got down. Hey Monoma, stop hating on Class 1A, because I won't be forgiving next time. While smiling big and threw a knife near his face. They didn't do anything wrong to you. You can be a rival but don't hate our class. He fell down and was sweating bullet. Kendo shivered and bowed again. Sorry, Izuku patted her. Hey, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Please don't bow, it's like I am an old man. Kendo and Momo chuckled, while Monoma stood up. Sorry, as he put his hand on the back of his head. Izuku nodded and patted his shoulder. Papa, Mama said we will play with toys and plushies. She was happy and jumping around. He carried her and smiled at her. Of course, Snowflake, we will play what you want. As he smiled at her and kissed her forehead. She was confused why she got a kiss on her forehead. Papa, why did you kiss me on the forehead? Momo chuckled. It's because he cares a lot about you. Kendo and Monoma was laughing. Are you two dating? They wiggled their eyebrows. Izuku tilted his head, while Momo blushed really hard. I mean, I like her. So I guess we are. Izuku was so dense, and didn't notice the steam which was coming off from Momo. She was smiling and passed out. Are you okay? What happened? He looked at them, which they sweat dropped, and thought the same thing. Is he that dense? After he woke up her, they walked to her house. Eri ran inside, while Izuku and Momo stopped on the tree. Momo was blushing and was shy to talk. It's about what I said in the school. She nodded and started talking. I wanted to tell my feelings for you, and the confession stopped since someone got a call. It was Momo's phone, and started talking with someone. Izuku looked up and started thinking. What's she going to tell me? After 2 minutes, she looked down and walked home. He was confused. Momo, what's wrong? Momo turned around with a glare. Shut up, Izuku tilted his head. Then he shrugged. I guess she doesn't like me. Not that I care. He kept walking like nothing happened and walked inside. Eri ran to him and hugged his leg. Papa, let's play. He nodded and lifted her up. But then she yelled. Get out of my house. And don't come back anymore. She cried and looked at Izuku. The hell is wrong with you? What did I do wrong? She was fuming and yelled again. You wanted to use me just to get money, didn't you? And then you wanted to use me. For sure, he was shocked when he heard those. What the hell? Who did you talk to? They were lying. Eri was about to cry, but Izuku patted her. As you wish, then this is the last time you will see me. Eri, sweetie, say goodbye to her, since she doesn't want us here. Eri waved at her, and then he vanished. They arrived at their old home and walked inside. It was cleaner, since Ezio used to come here and clean. He sighed and started to make food for her. Papa, is Mama angry at me? Did I do something wrong? Izuku walked at her and started feeding her. First, don't call her Mama anymore. Second, she isn't angry at you, she is angry with me. You are innocent little snowflake, so don't be sad, all right. He smiled at her, and she nodded. After she finished food, she got sleepy. They walked to his old bedroom and laid down. He hugged Izuku and started to sleep. Izuku smiled and patted her. Imagine this with Izuku in, not Uraraka. Not mine BTW. Time skipped 2 weeks. The morning came. The birds are chirping and the sun, evilly, blinds Izuku's eyes. I hate you, son. He woke up and yawned. Eri was still sleeping, like an angel. He smiled at her and took a photo. I will protect you, snowflake, no one will hurt you anymore. Then he checked the time. It was early. 5:09 a.m. It was sport festival today too. Then he saw a message from Momo. Where do you live? From Momo Yaoyorozu. Why should I tell you? Don't bother me anymore. Sent he wanted money, since he didn't want to live a crappy life anymore. He got it, and he stopped thinking of wanting only money. He started caring about her, since she taught to him emotions. Then a ping came from his phone. I demand you to tell me, or I will tell my parents to expel you from UA. From Momo Yaoyorozu. Go on, but think twice. They don't work under your parents. Might as well get embarrassed in front of everyone. Scene, I hate you. From Momo Yaoyorozu. I don't care. Stop bothering me. Senti stood up and let Eri sleep. As he walked outside, he heard a crying. It was Eri. Izuku ran inside fast and found her crying, yelling, Papa. Snowflake, I am here, sure, your papa is here. Eri looked up and hugged him tight. I promised you I will never leave you alone. And I will keep that promise. She nodded and buried her head on his chest. Izuku carried her and started singing. It made Eri calm down and making her smile. After they ate their food, it was time to go to the school. They vanished and appeared in front of the school. As they walked in, someone yelled, and it was Momo. He ignored her and kept walking. They got inside the class, while Momo kept yelling. Eri was about to cry. When he glared at her, she flinched and shut her up. Morning, everyone. Izuku smiled at them and they smiled back. While Momo just said, morning, and sat down. Eri started to draw, while Izuku was looking outside the window. He heard some whispers and it was about himself. He used me for my money and wanted to use my body. Don't go near him, or he will do the same to you. Maybe he will kill you when you are close to him. Izuku sighed and ignored her. Tokoyami and Ojiro walked to him and was confused. What is she talking about, Izuku? That's something you would never do, right? He nodded, still looking outside. If you want to trust her, go on. But I never thought like that. She just got a call and started to yell at me. And got kicked out from her home. Now I am somewhere. He didn't tell them, because Momo was close. They nodded and smiled at him. We trust you, Izuku. Maybe she just wants to start rumors, but that won't work. Izuku nodded again, and Eri asked him. Papa, how's my drawing? She showed a drawing of him and Eri herself. With writing the best, Papa, even if it's a simple one, If you have a son or a daughter, it makes your heart warm. Izuku smiled big and hugged her. It's an amazing drawing, Eri. Good work. Tokoyami and Ojiro smiled at him. Aizawa walked in, and everyone sat down. Today we have sport festival. I hope you trained yourselves because this is important. Now wear P uniform and wait until you guys hear the name of the class. Yes, sensei. Everyone walked to the changing room and changed themselves. No one noticed Izuku's mark, since he wore his uniform fast. He was waiting in the waiting room, and Todoroki came. Izuku, since you've shown your strength, I know you are strong. But I am stronger than you, and I will be number one. Izuku shrugged and nodded. Todoroki got pissed and pulled him up. Don't make me angry, you quirkless. Then why did you call me the strongest, smart butt? And let me down, you daddy issues. He didn't care what he would say to him. He could kill him without a care. Then he let Izuku down and walked away. Eri was with Aizawa, at the podium, with present mic. She wore headphones, so she can't hear him yell. Hello everyone, and welcome to the sport festival. Are you ready? The crowd was yelling yeah, and he started talking again. Then let's show Class 1A, the survivors of the villain's attack. Class 1A walked out and looked around. After the introductions, midnight came. Hello everyone. Are you ready for the sport festival? They yelled again, while Izuku was yawning. Everyone's sweat dropped. Then let's give 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏 to tell us something. Izuku looked up in confusion. He walked to the microphone and started talking. Troublesome welcome to the UA Sport Festival. I pledge that I will win and quick enough so I can sleep. 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗧𝗏. Then he yawned again and walked down. Class 1A was yelling, while Class 1B was chuckling. All right. The first obstacle is obstacle race. While there was some boos because of Izuku, there was some cheering up for the first obstacle. Everyone got ready and was in line. Izuku jumped high, passing everyone, and when he touched the ground, he vanished. He was already in the final obstacle. He ran to the finish and won. Everyone had their eyes wide, while Aizawa chuckled. You just made the fastest finish. Izuku walked to the side and laid down, looking at the clouds. Everyone's sweat dropped, while Izuku closed his eyes. After everyone reached the finish, Izuku stood up. Congratulations everyone, he said to them. They smiled at him, except Momo Yaoyorozu, who was giving an ineffective glare. Next is cavalry battle. Everything is canon, I will only show the matches. Now, we will do match 1 versus 1. After 30 minutes of break, everyone walked out and walked to the lunchroom. Izuku sighed and closed his eyes. Now I will show everyone that a quirkless can be a hero. Well, would you look at him? Look how he ignores you. She chuckles at her, while she was tied up, and with BLD on her face. Let's see who will notice it first. She giggles while she licks the BLD. Now we see everyone outside, ready for the matchup. First it was Izuku versus Shinso. Izuku heard of his quirk, so no talkie to him. Begin. Izuku walked to Shinso, while he was trying to make him talk. Look how lucky you are. In hero class with a good quirk. Izuku didn't get fazed by his words, and when he blinked, Izuku vanished. I am quirkless. Then he chops on his neck, making him pass out. Winner, 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗏. Next match, Izuku walked to the seats and sat down. Momo sat down too. He smells something weird. And it was to Momo. When the matchup came for Momo, she gave up before fighting. Everyone was shocked. Tokoyami found it weird too, so he looked at Izuku. Izuku shook his head, making him stop knocking her out. When she came to the seats, Izuku chuckled. Almighty Yaoyorozu gave up before fighting. Ah, I wonder. He stood up and walked to her. If the real one would do that. He gave her a glare, and she flinched. Then Izuku stopped her quirk working, and it transformed into a blonde girl. She was familiar. How? What did you? Izuku knocked her down, and no hero noticed it. He carried her to the room and tied her up. Tokoyami and Ojiro came in too. Do not tell anyone, all right? They nodded. Izuku woke her up by splashing water on her face. Why do you look familiar? Tell me your name. The blonde girl looked at him, and his face was not scary anymore. Himiko Toga, Izuku thought of it, and his eyes widened. You idiot cat. He looked at her while she was shocked. Izuku, my cousin. He nodded and untied her. Now, it's been a long time since I last saw you, but can you go untie Momo, and bring her to the same place? Please. Toga looked at him and sighed. All right, but then, I want to live with you. I have nowhere to live. Oh, you will live with me. I ain't going to leave you alone anymore, idiot cat. He smirked and hugged her. Tokoyami and Ojiro, looking all of this, were in awe. What the hell? Toga walked out and ran to untie her. I will explain when we finish this. They nodded and walked out. Ojiro, since you are not included in the arena, can you please stay here and wait for her when she brings Momo? Then send her to the RG, because she might beat her up, he chuckled awkwardly. Ojiro nodded and sweat dropped. Now, can we have Izuku Auditore and Shoto Todoroki in the arena? He walked to the arena and looked around. Then he yawned to make them pissed and started to boo. He chuckled. He was having fun making them angry. Todoroki came, and the way he was looking at Izuku was as if he thinks he is the strongest. Oh look, I am so scared of Shoto Todoroki. I wonder what he will do to me. Help me. He was acting, and Class 1A and 1B was laughing, while Shoto Todoroki, with his father, were pissed up. Shoto, use your flames to beat him up, and show them who the strongest is. Izuku sighed. Shall we start this? I am sleepy. Midnight sweat dropped, and nodded slowly. She knows that he sleeps a lot. Begin. Todoroki used his right side, ice, in an instant, to freeze me over. Izuku ran over the edges of the arena, and got closer to him. Use your flames, brat. Use your quirk. Then he punched on his back, making him fell to the ground. He stood up, looking at Izuku with anger. I will not use his quirk. Izuku vanished again, and got behind him. He flicked his head. I said use your quirk. Half cold, half hot, that's your quirk. Your dad's quirk is Hellflame. So tell me where the F is his quirk, you daddy issues. Izuku smirked, and Todoroki got some flashbacks. Then he tried to use his flame, but only a small portion of it showed up. Then he knocked him out. I am not an idiot to let you use your flames. You will burn me. Izuku chuckled and Midnight yelled. The winner is Izuku Auditore. As he was carrying him, he saw Ojiro nodding. So it means she bought her over. They walked to the RG recovery girl room, finding Momo and Tokoyami. Toga was hiding, since she doesn't want to bring suspicions. RD, can you treat him? She nodded and checked him. Then she kissed him. It started to glow green and he was starting to heal. Momo groaned, and Izuku rushed to her. Momo, I am here, don't worry. She opened her eyes slowly and looked at Izuku. He was smiling big and made her cry. Izuku. She hugged him, while he hugged her back. He patted on her back and on her head. Are you all right? She nodded. She can stand up and walk, so she can go, said Arj. He helped her stand up and walk to a room. When the door was locked, Toga showed herself. Momo shivered and hugged him. It's okay, this idiot cat is my cousin. She didn't know that you knew me. As he chuckled and blushed, Momo nodded and looked at his eyes. Oh, kiss him, Momo. Doesn't he look so cute? She grinned, and both of them were red. Oi, can you stop that? When you will find someone, I will tease you with him or her and make you suffer. He grinned darkly, while Toga shivered. Forgive me. She looked down and was waiting for a chop on top of her head. But she got a hug. And the hug was turning into a bear hug. What the F are you doing? She tried to move, while Izuku was grinning darkly. Then she let her free, and when she was breathing, she tickled her, which she started laughing madly. Ha! Stop, you F donkey. Ha! She was crying and laughing. This is what you get when you touch her. Momo blushed and hugged him on his back. Are you all right, Momo? She nodded while she was hugging. When did it happen? She started talking how she got kidnapped. Flashback as Momo walked in the class, she sat down and looked outside the window. She was amazed by its appealing scenario. This is what Izuku sees every time. Then she hears something. Before turning around, everything went black to her. Toga smiled widely and carried her. She jumped around until she found a place to beat her up and take her BLD. She took her BLD for a day, and she ran inside the class. She started acting like Momo, since she stalked her a lot. Then Toga got a fake call, which she acted like it took a long time. When she was finished, she yelled at him, and it was going perfect. Well, until the sport festival. She didn't want to participate, but that would bring suspicious. So she acted like her again, taking more BLD from her. But then Izuku noticed. Flashback ends he nodded, and chopped on top of her head. Ouch, you idiot. Tell me before you hit me. Izuku looked at her with grin on his face, and she shivered again. Sorry, he chuckled. I will talk with the principal, and you will be attended here, in UA. What do you need so you can't go killing? BLD. So I can't go insane. She smiled. Izuku nodded, but when he turned his head, she was looking forward. So both of them kissed. Their eyes were wide, and blushed like a tomato. They quickly moved back, but something worse happened. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 was on Momo's back, and as she walked back, he pushed her to Izuku, and both of them fell to the ground. Revelry in the dark at its finest. He smirked with Ojiro, and Toga was dying laughing. They kissed again, and she passed out. Can 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and 𝗳𝗏𝗃 come? Izuku's eyes were wide. I have a match. She was passed out, smiling and blushing, while Izuku was stuck. Ojiro helped him, and he ran to the arena. I am here. I am not late. Everyone looked at Izuku, sweat dropping. Class 1A and 1B was dying laughing. Sorry. Midnight chuckled and waited for 𝗳𝗏 to come. 𝗳𝗏𝗃, one more min, she got a notification, which 𝗳𝗏 left for family reason. I just came here for this. Izuku cried in anime tears. Do not use those vulgar words, young man. She punched on top of his head. Sorry ma'am, she sighed, and called 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and 𝗵𝘃𝗲. Izuku looked at 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and shook his head. Don't show AP, because others will notice it. He nodded in understatement. The fight started and 𝗵𝘃𝗲 won. He smirked when he looked at Izuku. Izuku looked at 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and he smiled at him. Izuku nodded and smirked. Then I will make you lose. After some mints, Midnight called. Will 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and Katsuki 𝗵𝘃𝗲 come? Time to go in action, baby. Izuku jumped out from the seats, while 𝗵𝘃𝗲 flied with his explosions. They smirked at each other's, and, it's about to go down, he grinned evilly. Begin. In an instant he vanished, and started punching 𝗵𝘃𝗲 on his gut. When he stopped, he vanished again, and punched on his back. He was humiliating him, and it made him go even faster. He was vanishing, while 𝗵𝘃𝗲 tried to shoot me. Then on top of his head he punched so hard, which made him get a ball. Izuku whistled. Demon 𝗵𝘃𝗲, you got a ball on top of your head. It looks ballistic. Midnight chuckled, while everyone was trying to hear what he said. I will kill you. He blasted towards me, while Izuku walked back. When he got close enough, he pushed him down, making him touch the ground. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 wins, and is the champion of the sport festival. Everyone started cheering up. Momo was happy and smiled at him. After they got the medals, they walked out and laughed. That was easy. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 scoffs and then grins. I knew he was going to win. He showed me his strength at the hero training. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 pulled his shoulder and looked at him. For F's sake, go kiss Momo and be together. Izuku shrugged. I already kissed her. He grinned at him, which his face was blank when he heard this. Izuku. What did he talk about? Izuku smiled at her and shook his head. Don't worry, nothing. He was just, I asked him if you two are together. He grinned. Izuku blushed and looked away. Momo, I like you, and I hope you like me too since you helped me. I started respecting you taught me emotions and stuff. So, suddenly, Momo kissed Izuku, while both of them were blushing really hard. Izuku kissed her back and chuckled. It was about DMN time, Izuku. Now we can party, yelled Bakugo while he was smirking. Hell yeah. Party, here we come. Plus, I forgot to get a. After Izuku got airy, they walked to Momo's house. Today we will do a party, since Izuku won, and he invited everyone. Everyone accepted it and followed them. Welcome to the house, everyone. Everyone's mouth fell to the ground. You call this a house? This is a mansion. Izuku and Momo chuckled and walked in. Everyone followed them, and they were amazed how inside was it. Spacious and very big. Momo, let's make this place a party place. Everyone will help us, and in an hour we will finish this. And then, everyone will have fun. Momo nodded and sighed. Just for today, since he won. She chuckled and walked to them to tell the plan. Everyone nodded and started working on it. Izuku was doing the most work, since he was fast doing it. Toga was helpful too. And they finished in a half an hour. A small stage to sing or dance, food on the tables, some Monopoly and more. Let's start this party, yelled Bakugo while smirking. Everyone accepted and cheered up. All right, first game, let's play truth or dare, yelled Mina. Hell yeah. Everyone was happy, but Mina was smirking, since she has a plan. I will start. I will choose Izuku, since he is the winner of the sport festival. Izuku nodded and wanted truth. All right, the first question is, how much you like Momo? Izuku started thinking, while Momo exploded blushing. I don't like her, I love her. He smiled while Momo passed out smiling. The girls were squealing from cuteness, while boys were wiggling their eyebrows. Bakugo, truth or dare? Bakugo wanted dare. I dare you to cook a food your choice, but it has to be good. Bakugo nodded and stood up. He started cooking, and while he was at it, he asked Mina. Truth. Bakugo grinned. Do you like anyone? That caught her off. Nope. And I don't think I will like anyone soon. She smiled, but Izuku noticed something off. That smile was fake. Toga noticed it too. Bakugo stopped for a second, and then kept working. All right, Jiro. Truth or dare? She wanted the dare, and I knew she regretted it. I dare you to sing. She started blushing and nodded. Fine, only one song. She walked to the microphone and started singing. One of these songs everyone was amazed with her voice and her singing skills. They started clapping and applauding her. By the time she was finished, the food from Bakugo was done. Izuku looked at the food and tilted his head. Is that spicy? He nodded and smirked. Izuku grinned and started eating. It was spicy, but not impossible to eat. Izuku likes spicy food a lot. When he finished, Bakugo looked at him with amazement. Everyone was red, drinking milk to stop the hotness in their mouth. That hit the spot. Amazing, Bakugo, didn't know you could cook. He nodded and smiled. Well, I will start singing a song that I like it. They were shocked that he will sing. Bakugo walked near him, asking what song he will sing. He whispered back and he smirked. I will do the drums. Izuku nodded and got ready for it. While he was singing, he winked at Momo, making his fingers like a heart. The pick up there. She smiled, blushing, and everyone was vibing with him. Bakugo was good with drums. Izuku was surprised. After they finished, they liked it a lot. After that, they started talking, playing Monopoly, getting to know each other better, etc. It was a fun night, for sure. When the night came, everyone was helping to clean the house. Izuku walked to Mina, while Mina was thinking something and was spaced out. Mina. She was spaced out again and he patted her. She was shocked by suddenly touch and got scared. She hid her head and was saying sorry. Izuku hugged her while patting her back. Shoo, Mina, it's me, Izuku. She looked up and wiped her tears. Sorry you had to see me like that. You noticed it, didn't you? Izuku nodded. When you are ready, tell me what's wrong. I will try to help you. All right. She nodded and smiled. Thank you, Izuku. Maybe tomorrow. Izuku nodded. Can I bring Momo and Toga? Since they are girls and they will understand better than me. He chuckled and scratched on top of his head. She nodded. Thank you again. Izuku smiled at her. No problem, Pinky. He giggled while she pouted. It's a nice name for a hero name, muttered her. Izuku didn't hear it but didn't bother. After they finished it, they exchanged their number and made a group chat. Good night everyone. Sleep well. Izuku yelled at them and they nodded. Everyone went home. When Izuku closed the door, he felt a hug behind him, and it was Momo. Sleepy sleep with me Zuzu, he carried her and walked to her room. She was already in an onesie for bed. Izuku changed into an onesie too, and it was a black one. Izuku changed into an onesie too, and it was a black one too. I edited this, but the original one was green. The first edited this, but the original one was green. Credits to the owner, not mine. He got in the bed, and suddenly he felt a hug. She was cuddling with him and he cuddled with her back. Both of them were smiling and fell asleep. The day came quickly and it was time to go to the school. Momo was still sleeping, while Izuku took a photo of her. He giggled. She looks so cute. I will tease her when she wakes up. He shook her up, and she was slowly opening her eyes. Wake up, sunshine. Time to go to the school. She was mumbling something, but he didn't hear it. 5 more minutes stay here. She was saying this while cuddling with Izuku. He sighed and started to tease her. If you don't wake up, I will send a photo of us sleeping in group chat. I wonder what would they say. He smirked when he saw her up and blushed hard. Izuku showed to Momo the photo he took, and she pouted. 𝗵𝘃𝗲. He chuckled and kissed her. She kissed back and smiled. Also, after school we will talk with Mina, since she has something to share with us. And we need to wake up Toga. I will talk with Nizu. She nodded and started to change. In front of him. You don't mind it, Momo? She looked back in confusion, and when she noticed it, she covered herself and screamed. Izuku ran outside fast. Sorry. He sighed and chuckled. Izuku called Nizu on the phone and started talking. After some minutes of talking, he accepted, and now Toga is in class 1A. Izuku walked to wake Toga up. Toga, wake up, you will come to the UA. You are in my class. Toga was surprised and happy. What about the BLD? You will get to the RG. She will give a good amount of it. Toga smiled and jumped around. Izuku chuckled. Be right back, let me change myself. She nodded and started to change. Everyone was ready and walked to the UA. When they arrived, the class was waiting for them, and when they saw Izuku, Momo, and Toga, they got happy and walked in together. Even Ida was talking other stuff than lessons and how to act when they are in class. I guess we corrupted him from nerd Ida to cool Ida. 𝗧𝗏 saw us and smiled. They are acting like a team now. He walked in with many papers on his hands. The class helped him and he was glad of them. All right, what happened yesterday, kids? Since you are helping me, going inside the class as a team and stuff like that. Izumomo was giving them a grin. Izumomo was giving them a grin. Everyone was shocked of him. Izumomo-sensei is smiling. They cheered up, but that came fast to an end. Izumomo shut them up when he activated his quirk. He sighed and started talking. First, congratulations Izuku on going on first place. Second, the sport festival wasn't only about who will go to the first place. It was about pro heroes to look at your skills. So you can internship with them if they request you. I am going to show the requests. He clicked a button and showed them requests. What was more shocking, Izuku got only 1. Bakugo got 5,000, Todoroki got 4,900. Others got a good number too. What the hell? But Izuku won the first place. How can he get only 1? Izumomo sighed. Because when they read his file, they noticed that he is quirkless. Who would want a quirkless? Expect me. Well, that's even better, because I wanted to intern with Izumomo-sensei too. Both of them grinned, and Izuku started chuckling. Everyone started to choose, while Izuku was talking with Izumomo. Izumomo-sensei, what we will do? He started thinking. How about I teach you other weapons like my scarf to caught others? Something to immobilize them. Izuku nodded and looked back. I can help choose if you are stuck. Everyone raised their hands. First to Bakugo. Choose best genist and do as he says. Ask him to teach how to fight from a long distance, since he is a good teacher. He nodded. Momo choose edge shot, he will teach you to fight and throw things like I do. She nodded and gave a kiss on his cheek. He smiled and started to help others. When they were finished, it was time to choose a hero name. Midnight will help you choose a hero name. Midnight walked in with those clothes. Hello everyone, and congratulations Izuku. Izuku smiled and nodded. Midnight sometimes helps Izuku and acts like a mother to him. As you heard Izawa-sensei, today you will choose a hero name. For example, Izawa's name is Eraserhead because he has a quirk that nullifies quirks. They nodded and got a whiteboard and a pen. Izuku wrote the hero name Eagle. He raised his hand and Midnight nodded. My hero name is going to be, he showed the board up, Eagle, since I can see very far with the help of my eagle. Izawa and Midnight were confused. I didn't know that. Izawa talked. Izuku walked to the window and opened it. The eagle flied in and landed on Izuku's shoulder. An actual eagle. He smiled at them. He closed his eyes and activated EV Eagle Vision. Now some stand up and some stay sit. With my eyes close, I will tell who is up and who is down. They were shocked and they did as he said. Bakugo, Ojiro, Tokoyami, Mina, and Kirishima are up, others are down. They gasped and it was correct. I can see you guys with my eagle's eyes. It's not a quirk and you need first civilization's BLD. If you do, you will train, and you can see with the help of your eagle. Plus they were confused at this first, but then he explained and nodded in understatement. The others started to show their hero names, and they were happy with it. Everything is in canon, I will only change some Bakugo, Dynamite. Tokoyami, King of the Darkness, Tsukiyomi. After choosing it, it was time to talk with Mina. Momo and Toga followed Izuku and walked to Mina. She nodded, and she walked to a cafe. They sat down, and she started to tell her story. Mina started to tell her story. When I was in the middle school, flashback Mina was walking to the cherry blossom, since a guy told her to come. She saw him, blushing. She was confused, since many boys asked her for help how to go on a date, or something like that. She waved at her and he smiled. Hey. Why did ask me to come here? He blushed and started talking. I wanted to ask you if you can be girlfriend. I really like you so much, and the tree here, the cherry blossom, looks like you appealing. So, can you be my girlfriend? He looked down waiting for yes. But it never came. Sorry. But I can't. It's not that I don't want to, but I can't. And I am sorry, he nodded and walked away. It's just, my parents. They don't let me date anyone. She walked to her home and found her parents ready for beating. I did nothing wrong. They nodded and looked at her. We never said we can't beat you, Minoru Shido. So, be a good little girl, and let us do the work. They started beating her, and every time started bleeding, they would throw salt to make it worse and more painful. She screamed, asking for help, but nobody came. She accepted it and closed her eyes. She couldn't bear it, but nobody could save her. After they finished beating her, she tried walking to the bathroom, but she couldn't. So she crawled there. She cleaned and bandaged herself. She cried while doing it. Since she got her quirk, at that time, mutations were not accepted. So she got from her classmates too. And that's when they started it too. When the mutations people got accepted, they started calling her cool, cute, amazing, stuff like that. But her parents never stopped it. She couldn't bear the pain, even if it was every day. The next day, when she walked to the school, she was limping to the school, but no one noticed it, because she put a smile on her face. The boy who got rejected started spreading rumors. And it was awful rumors. They started calling her slut, selling her body, etc. She was shocked hearing those. She kept a smile, even then. They were disgusted by her. Mina walked to the bathroom and started crying. What did I do to deserve this? I never asked for this quirk. I never asked for any of this, so why? Some girls were hearing this but didn't know it was her. Hey, are you okay? When they opened the door, she looked at them, and they were disgusted of her. I thought it was another girl, not this cheap slut. She was confused of why they called her a slut. But what did I do wrong? And why are you calling me slut? Well, because you are pretty and get F by every boy to get money since you are poor. She closed the bathroom door and started crying. Then she thought of suicide. When everyone left, she went to the rooftop. She started writing a suicide letter and was ready. At least I won't get beaten up again. And they won't call me slut anymore. She went for it, but someone stopped her. It was a man and a kid. The man was with some weird clothes, and it didn't show his face. Girl, what do you think you are doing? She started crying, but the man hugged her and looked at the kid. He nodded and walked to Mina. What's your name? She told her name, and both of them nodded. Mina, why are you trying to suicide? Is not good, and, because I can stop the pain I have, I can lift the weight I have in my shoulder, so I can't hear them anymore calling me slut and names. The man showed himself, and it was Ezio. My name is Ezio, and trust me, I will save you. Come tomorrow here in the morning, and tell me who did it, all right. She nodded, but then remembered something and shivered. And my parents abused me too. The boy, who was Izuku, but she didn't knew, made his hand into fist, and was angered by it. Then tell us where you live. We will have a talk with them, and by today, they will stop it. Do you trust us? She nodded rapidly. They carried her while she was amazed how fast and how they jumped roof to roof. When they arrived, he nodded. Stay here, and when we call you in, come. Don't be disturbed of what we will do, but it's for your good. Don't worry, I won't kill them. He smiled at her, and she nodded slowly. They walked in, and after a half an hour, he called her. She walked in, and found her parents tied up, with blood everywhere. She wasn't disturbed, since she got that kind of pain too. She saw herself in them, in blood, crying and screaming. Now, will you do it again? You know we can just kill you. And you are gone. He smiled, which gave them a shiver. They shook their head, and begged to untie. Now you beg. When she begged you to stop, did you stop? Their eyes were wide, and he, with the kid, started beating them even worse. She walked to get the sour, and when she walked back, they were shocked. You threw me sour to make me hurt even more. So, the kid snatched from her and started throwing so much, and they started screaming in agony. Come on, scream more. Show me how you scream. I love this, you know. Karma is a beach. So enjoy it. He chuckled darkly, while they kept screaming. He stopped and walked outside. Then Ezio looked at them and started to talk. You do that again and we will come in an instant. Test us and you are dead. They nodded while bearing the pain. They vanished, and Mina started to untie them. I am so sorry, I will never do it again, forgive us, she nodded, and started bandaging them. The next day she walked to the rooftop and met both of them. The wind started getting harder, and I saw a glimpse of the kid. Dark green eyes, that shines when he looks at the sun. The students started coming, and she pointed them. When she was done, they vanished, and when they got inside, they started screaming. Mina didn't mind what he did to them. You listen to rumors, you make it worse, you deserve pain. As the kid said, karma is a beach. She chuckled. It truly was. And when she walked in the class, everyone started saying sorry to Mina, and she just nodded. When she only nods, it doesn't mean that she forgave them. So everyone started talking to her, and everyone started being nice to her. It was a nighttime, and she was walking home. But some people showed up, and in the middle it was. Now I will make sure you die, you slut. You made a big mistake. He smirked as his men started undressing her. But it only happened in a second. The one who were touching her died. You made a big mistake, now you deserve death. The kid sliced his throat, and he died in an instant. The wind started again, and it showed his dark green, again. What's your name? He shrugged and looked at her. Go home and be safe. We will meet again for sure, Mina Ishido. He smirked and vanished. Thank you. Flashback ends. Every girl was shocked, but Izuku smiled. Wow, this boy must be interesting. He chuckled and smirked. Mina saw that and pointed at him. That was you. Izuku shrugged. Dark green eyes, shrug. The clothes, who do you think is it? Only me. He smirked and saw Mina tearing up. Izuku. She jumped and hugged her. She started crying on his shoulder, while he patted her. Every girl had their face soft. "I guess everyone here got saved by him," said Momo. Toga nodded, and started tearing up. "Izuku is our savior, isn't he?" said Toga. He looked up at them and smiled. Mina was still in his arm and kept crying. "From that day no one bullied me, everyone stopped it. I wanted to meet you again and be friend with you and I wanted to know from you how you fought with them, so I can protect myself. There's so many things I missed you." Izuku patted her head and smiled. "Here I am and we can do that." He chuckled. Momo looked at him with amazement. A single person and he made our lives better. Mina sat down back to her place and wiped her tears. "Thank you for coming and for listening to my story." Izuku nodded, but then his face got serious. "Mina, you got scared when I touched you. Did you get flashbacks or did someone start hurting you?" She shook her head. "Flashback, when Bakugo mentioned if I have a crush." He nodded and saw her smile. It was genuine. "All right then. Now, shall we go home? Tomorrow we will start interning. So get a lot of sleep and good luck. You have my number, so if you have a problem, contact me, all right?" They nodded. Toga would take care of Eri and go to the UA to get BLD. Eri trusted her. She trusted Momo too, but she will go in turn. "Good night, Mina. Be safe." He smiled at her, and she nodded. "Good night, and good luck training with Aizawa-sensei." She laughed, while Izuku gave a depressing aura. Everyone started laughing and walked home. When they got home, they saw Eri sleeping on the couch. Izuku ate some light food and carried Eri. "I am getting her to our bed, is that all right?" Momo nodded and started eating too. Izuku walked to the room and changed himself. He put her in the bed and got in too. Eri hugged him, while Izuku patted her head. "I used to hear a simple song that was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you with simple songs. I wanted more. Perfection is so quick to bore. You are my appealing. By far our flaws are who we really are. I used to hear a simple song that was until you came along. You took my broken melody and now I hear a symphony and now I hear a symphony." She smiled of his voice. Momo was listening to him too. She cried while smiling. "That was appealing." Izuku nodded. "I love this simple song. It may not have a lot of words, but its meaning, there's a lot of meaning." She nodded and got in bed with Eri and Izuku. They looked at each other and smiled. "Good night, Momo." She pouted. "Find a nickname for me." He chuckled. "Momo-chan." He winked and she blushed. "Good night, Izuku-an." Izuku and Momo woke up early, since they have interns with pro heroes. They saw Eri sleeping peacefully, like an angel. Izuku winked at her, while Momo blushed a little. They started changing clothes and walked out. Izuku walked Momo to the trains and kissed her. "Hope you have fun and know much more. I will be waiting for you." She nods and gives a kiss on his cheek. "I love you, Izuku-an." He smiled and waved at her. "I love you too, Momo-chan." She blushed and hurried inside the train, while Izuku vanished and started running roof to roof. He saw Aizawa, so he jumped behind him and pointed a knife on his neck. "Be always on guard, Eraserhead." Aizawa sighed and raised his hands. "Fine, you win." Izuku chuckled and put his knife in the pocket. "Well, what should we do? Any new weapon to teach?" He nodded and walked to a place with weapons minus guns. "Choose one and you will know it." Izuku nodded. He walked over. "Don't choose sides." Izuku shook his head. "I am not choosing those. I just want ideas for something. But I will choose double swords." After getting his swords, he started practicing with them. He knew to control and make some moves with it. Aizawa paid for those, and Izuku put those on the side. "Since you know to control those, wear your hero clothes, and let's start patrolling." As he jumped around, he dodged a knife and kept smiling. "Size, you are prepared for everything, aren't you?" Aizawa talked to himself and looked around. "Yep, always." He looks up, and it was Izuku, with his hero costume. A black assassin clothes. "Then, let's start patrolling, Eagle 3. Then, let's start patrolling, Eagle." Izuku nodded and jumped to the roof. He waited for Izuku to come, while he looked around. He activated EV Eagle Vision and looked from far. I found where are some thugs and villains. 6 thugs in the shop, address 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. I will go to the villains, address 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. Be safe, kid, and report to me when you are safe. He nodded and made a peace sign. Then he fell from the building, making Izuku shocked. When he looked down, he vanished. That problem child, right? We have work to do. He started running too, to the place Izuku told. While Izuku was running, he heard screams from far away. He ran even faster and looked with his EV. The villains started going on rampage. He got angry, and when he arrived, he got behind them and knocked them down. Don't worry, Eagle is here, yelled Izuku. They were confused at first, but Izuku kept knocking them down. Call an ambulance, make sure they are not bleeding much, and call the police to arrest them. They nodded, amazed at his speed. He vanished again, going to another place. He saw some villains trying to undress some girls, while they screamed, "Stop!" He fell from the building, and it looked like an eagle catching his prey. He knocked them down. Eagle is here. Are you girls safe? They nodded and smiled. Izuku vanished again, not stopping saving people. This kept for 2 hours and talked with Izuku. He let him do his work, so he kept working until he didn't see anyone hurting them. He laid down to the roof. He sighed and closed his eyes. He heard some steps and looked with his EV, and it was Hero Killer, Stain. Close Stain. As Izuku said that, he opened his eyes and stood up. Well, hello there, kid. Fancy meeting you here. Izuku sighed. Stain, why did you try to kill 𝗵𝗃𝗫? He is not a fake hero. He was shocked and smiled. How can you be so sure, Eagle? He works for money and fame. He shook his head. He works to help other people. He recruited many heroes to help him save people. Maybe you need to get more info next time. He nodded and walked closer. Then he threw a knife, which Izuku expected it. He caught it with 2 fingers. He looks at the knife, and it was a little rusty. Then Izuku threw his assassin knife near his cheek. He caught it and looked at his. His eyes were wide, and he bowed to Izuku. Stand up, Stain. So, it means you know who the Brotherhood is. He nodded and gave his knife back. Don't kill anymore, I will do the job. You have done it enough. And, how about I give you an offer? What is it? Izuku walked to him and started talking. How about you join UA school, and teach them how to fight, and what kind of heroes should they be? He smiled at Stain, which he found it shocking. Then he started laughing. Do you think they will accept a hero killer in UA? Then it was Izuku's turn to laugh. Well, they accepted me even when they saw me killing 2 heroes. And I will kill more in the future, if I see more fakes. I will kill villains who kill people, and the one who are fake heroes. His smile grew bigger and kneeled. I will accept your offer. Thank you, Eagle. Izuku walked near him and patted his shoulder. No problem, that's what true heroes do. As he said that, he vanished. A letter was falling and Stain caught it. Meet me at UA school, tomorrow, at 8 a.m. 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. From Izuku Auditory. He smirked. Then he looked at the sky. Eagle called Izuku to meet to the park. While he was waiting, he looked around, and a TV was telling news. 2 hours ago, a hero in training seems to save people and immobilize villains in such small amount of time. He saved 78 people and immobilized 149 villains and thugs. And he goes by the name Eagle. Who is this young hero? He was asking a woman who Izuku saved. I don't know who exactly he is, but some thugs were trying to kill us and steal money. In a second, they were in the ground. His speed was really fast, but I didn't see him use his quirk. Maybe it's speed quirk or something, but he saved us. Many people were scared and almost dying, but this hero, Eagle, saved us. He was like, Eagle is here. Eagle, whoever, and whenever you are, thank you for saving me and the others. Izuku found it shocking and looked around. Everyone was cheering for him, while he found it amusing. It seems you got some fans in 2 hours. Really fast for a quirkless kid. Izuku looked back, and it was Izuku, smirking. He scratched his head and smiled. The reporters were coming and Izumo was shocked. This kid, he will be famous in no time, and he will save more people before he becomes the first quirkless pro hero. Hello 𝗧𝗲𝗍, can you tell us who you might be or anything? Something you have to say to everyone. Izuku nodded and calmed them down. I am 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗺, a hero in training. I am interning with 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. Quirk. I am quirkless. They gasped and were shocked. But it doesn't mean I can't be a hero. If you train enough, you can be a hero. Most people are focused on their quirk, that's why some heroes aren't strong. I am 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗺, and as my name tells that, I will be watching from afar. To save you. Now villains who kills people, and fake heroes who just want money and fame, don't be shocked by this. But I will kill them. Why I will kill them? Because the villains killed a person, and this person had a family. Their family would cry and mourn. So, I will kill the villain who hurt them. And there it comes fake heroes. When they only want money and fame and not save people, why should they work as heroes? When they don't save someone. So let me remove them from Earth, and every hero will be in action to save everyone. We don't need dirt, we need diamonds to protect everyone. I am 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗺 and I will watch from afar. As he said that, he vanished. Everyone were shocked by his speech, but nonetheless, they cheered up, making a chorus. 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. Izuku smiled and activated 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 and looked around. Some villains were hiding, scared to go outside. Some were shocked to hear the news. But no one tried to hurt them. Problem kid, you just got fans and a lot of them. Izuku nodded and smiled. But that won't stop me saving people. Just because I got fame, it doesn't mean I will stop. So 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧, thank you. 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 smiled and hugged Izuku. No problem. Now, let's go to you. Principal Nizu called me to be there with you. Then Izuku remembers. Oh, by the way, I meet hero killer, 𝗧𝗵𝗲. I talked with him and he will stop killing heroes. And I called him tomorrow at 8 a.m. in front of UA. Izumo was shocked and his eyes were wide. Kid, are you sure he will stop killing heroes? Izuku nodded and smiled. He will, because I told him that I will kill fake heroes. So he needs to rest. And I offered him a spot to work in UA. Since he will teach everyone how to be a proper hero and fight without a quirk. He is a good asset in hero school. Izuku pointed in his head. I thought of everything, 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. He smirked. Izumo gave up and sighed. Geez, you turn villains or vigilantes into a good teacher. Both of them laughed, thinking 𝗧𝗵𝗃 teaching kids. They arrived at UA school and walked inside the office, where Principal Nizu is. Hello Izumo, hello Izuku or 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗺. Izuku nodded and smiled. In 2 hours, you made a big progress, for a hero in training. You already got a fan base. Congratulations. Izuku smiled and started explaining who will come tomorrow. Nizu found it shocking that hero killer, 𝗧𝗵𝗃 will join in UA. Izuku, you made a fantastic job. Good work on bringing 𝗧𝗵𝗃 in the hero side. Much better, as a teacher, to teach them what's the true meaning of a hero. He made a peace sign and smiled. No problem. So, shall we meet him tomorrow at 8 a.m.? They nodded and walked home. Izumo-sensei, if I find a villain or someone who harasses people, can I have the permit to attack? He shrugged and nodded. You could. A hero means to save people. Izuku nodded and smiled. Thank you. He waved at him and left. While he was leaving, he jumped to the roof and started running. He activated 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 and started saving people, again. It's still early, so I will keep saving them until it's a bit late. The villains were attacking some people, thinking that no heroes will come at this time. I said that I will see from afar, yet you think you can attack them. Big mistake. He vanished and knocked them out. Look, 𝗧𝗲𝗍𝗺 is here saving us. 𝗧𝗧𝗍𝗺, give me an autograph. Let's make a photo together. Izuku just waved at them and vanished.